Hello, my dear friends. How are you doing? Hope you are having an amazing day and not having to deal with drama. Ready for new stories I have for you today? Let's go to the first one. And don't forget to listen to the end of the story, guys, to hear my insights. Enjoy the stories. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment. Usually, birthday parties are held at my ex's parents' home. But in our son's birthday, my ex wouldn't let my now ex-boyfriend come to the party, and used the fact that it's his parents' house, and that it would look bad on his family if his legal wife was bringing another man around all their friends and associates. I decided then and there that all of our children's future birthday parties would be at my home. The party is going to be a lot smaller than normal, so the guest list is only close family and friends. I made it clear to my ex he couldn't bring a +1. I don't like his girlfriend because she was awful to me when we were together, and that hasn't changed much. He laughed at me when I told him, but she called me and asked if she could be there. I told her no, repeatedly, and she got angrier the more I refused. Now she's complaining to my ex and all of his family about how I'm excluding her from her future stepdaughter's birthday. Am I the a-hole? Wait, what? You can't bring a +1 to his parents' house because it might look bad, but he should bring his +1 to your house. Total double standard here. Not the a-hole. Ex's logic circuits are shorted out by his selfishness. Your house, your guest list. Everyone sucks here. Reading this gave me a headache. Not one of you is thinking of this kid. You should all be ashamed. Put it aside for the child. And there should be a rule, unless you are actually married to your partner. No +1s for either of you when it comes to kid parties. They aren't needed and just cause problems. Not the a-hole. Just tell the girlfriend that you are only following the logic and policy set by your ex, and that further, if she expects to be treated civilly within your sphere of influence, then she should begin by acting accordingly. Everyone sucks here. You literally sunk to their level by excluding her. Like it or not, this isn't about you. It's about the child, and all involved parties need to learn to act like adults for the sake of the child, or just keep pettily fighting each other as the kid grows up watching it all. I, 28 female, will be getting married next fall, about a year from now. It will be a small wedding, then large reception at a later date with more friends. In my immediate family, I have my dad, myself, twin older sister, and brother and mother, deceased. My dad has 3 other kids who I really don't consider siblings, due to the nature of how it all occurred. My dad cheated on my mom after my twin siblings were born, potentially before even, but that's besides the point. He had 3 kids, with 2 different women, in between my twin siblings and myself, me being the youngest. It was world-shattering when I found out at about 13. My mom decided not to leave my dad because he fell ill at the time they had originally planned to get a divorce, and because she's an overall good person. His infidelity caused her a lot of pain, and since I was the youngest, I was the one who was at home when stuff hit the fan, and I also became my mom's therapist. It's not her fault, and I don't blame her for that. It's a hard thing to go through. I'm in the process of finalizing who I would want to invite to the small wedding. The reception will be for more people, including coworkers, extended family, etc. When I was visiting my dad, he brought up how I should be inviting my half-siblings. I was stunned when he brought it up. I stayed quiet for a minute before saying absolutely not. He was confused why I wouldn't want to invite them. I pretty much said something around the lines of, "While you might be fine with having your affair kids there, I am not. I have 2 siblings, and that's it." My dad essentially called me an a-hole and said I should be inviting his other kids. Even one of the cheating moms reached out to me to say how I should be considerate of my dad's feelings. Duck no. I don't want people to meet them. I don't want people to even know about them. We don't speak ever, so why would I invite them? While I don't really care what other people think, I just don't like having to explain myself or my mom. I try to protect her, because while I don't fully understand why she stayed with him all these years, I wasn't in her spot to judge her. My dad knows he messed up when it comes to cheating, and constantly says how much he loves my mom and misses my mom since she's passed. They were still married when she died and living together. But I'm having a hard time processing and believing that. I understand that it's not the children's fault that they were brought into this situation, and I shouldn't take it out on them. But I have no desire to be in their lives or have them in mine. They are innocents, but products of such a ducked-up thing. This is why I think I might be an a-hole for not inviting them when they did nothing wrong. Edit 1. Dad has 6 kids. Fraternal twins, female, male, 34, mom number 1, my mom. Half-brother, 32, mom number 2. half-sister 31, mom number 3, and half-sister 30, mom number 2, and then me at 28, mom number 1. The moms did not know about my parents together at first, but both found out after a month or two and did decide to continue seeing a married man. Not the a-hole. Don't invite your dad either. He is the cause of all of this, and apparently he's learned nothing from it. He's now treating you poorly since your mom isn't around for him to pick on. Not the a-hole. It is your day. You choose who you want to attend. I honestly think that you should uninvite your dad. He talks a lot about how much he adores and cherishes your mom, and then he goes straight to the person he cheated on her with and starts talking to them and having them back him up? Absolutely not. All of them are uninvited. He wanted to cheat? He can go have the fun he was looking for in cheating. I don't care about the pity personally. If you say A but do B, you never wanted to do A. You just wanted people to believe that you were going to do A. Not the a-hole, but your parents are. Your dad the most, and a soft the a-hole for mom. In my opinion, kids should not be privy to their parents' relationship problems. Your dad obviously was not a good husband, but your mom shouldn't have used you as her therapist. It's not fair to you and puts you in an impossible position. You don't have to have a relationship with your half-siblings. Certainly starting it at your wedding isn't appropriate. It sounds like from their viewpoint, their dad knocked up their moms and then abandoned them. You may find you have more in common with them than you think. All of the children are innocent bystanders to their dad's bad decision-making. Background info. Me, 28 female, and my sister, Claire, 35 female, have always had a rocky relationship. We don't hate each other, but we do have very clashing personalities. One thing that has always irritated me about Claire is that she is a massive buzzkill, a downer. Whenever anyone close in her life is on cloud 9 and their life is going well, Claire will find some way to pity herself and make everyone feel miserable. One topic that Claire uses in order to garner sympathy is the fact that she's unable to have kids. She's brought up this hardship during countless celebratory events. For example, about a year ago, one of our cousins was having a baby shower. During the event, Claire struck up a conversation with nearly every guest and would gradually go into disturbing detail about her infertility struggles. As far as I can tell, most people in our family cave to her manipulative behavior and feel sorry for her. They all refuse to ever call her out because it's a dark and traumatic topic that shouldn't be used against her or discussed. I've held my tongue for many years because I know that I'll get irreparable backlash from most of my family if I speak up or exclude her from events. The issue. I'm currently 4 months pregnant with triplets. I'm beyond elated, and my partner and I can hardly wait for the big day. A couple of days ago, I was hosting a gender reveal party and invited multiple family members. I didn't want to invite Claire, but I knew she would tell everyone I didn't include her and would cause drama, so I ended up inviting her. After the gender reveal portion of the party was over, we all gathered around the table for dinner. Claire was sitting right across from me, and I could feel her death glare. It was obvious that Claire was in another one of her "if I'm not happy, no one can be happy" moods. I tried my best to make small talk with her, but she was very cold towards me from the start. At some point, one of my family members said, "Whew, 3 girls. You're sure gonna have your hands full, OP." Before I could even respond, Claire sarcastically said, "Yeah, sure must be nice." I just rolled my eyes and said, "You know, Claire, would it kill you to let others be happy once in a while? This whole pity shtick is getting really dull. Also, being infertile is not a personality." The table went dead silent. Claire looked like she had seen a ghost. She started tearing up, quickly left the table and walked out of the house. It got incredibly awkward among everyone else, and the party abruptly ended. Multiple family members have reached out to tell me that I'm heartless, and some things just should never be said, ever. Am I the a-hole? As someone that battled infertility for years, I say not the a-hole. I went to so many baby showers, thrown so many. I had pregnancy announcements sent by both my brothers. Those announcements coincided with failed fertility attempts. I even had miscarriages. I only missed one baby shower due to having a miscarriage that day. Never in my life did I ever make others good fortune about me and my struggles. Never did I take a celebratory event or announcement and make snide remarks. I kept my feelings to myself in those moments, and I was sad because no one else is responsible for those feelings. If your sister can't even fake being cordial and happy, then she should not attend those functions. Why even go? She only goes for literal attention and to make others feel guilty for being able to have what she can't. She loves people taking pity on her. Not the a-hole. She is using her infertility as an excuse to ruin other people's happiness. My older sister was the same. No matter what was going on, she had to find a way to destroy the good. My dad used to call her the bad news bear. One of her daughters is just like her. I told her that she is going to end up a lonely, miserable person because no one wants to be around her. That was 6 years ago, and she can't understand why her normally happy daughter and her 2 sons don't come around much or want her around their children. When her girl told her she was pregnant, all she wanted to talk about was how many women die in childbirth. She does have the daughter that is just like her. They tend to feed off each other's misery. Everyone sucks here, as I think you could have said it in a nicer way. She's definitely not right to act this way. Being infertile, though, can change your personality, so I wouldn't be sure you're 100% accurate. But she still shouldn't be using it to ruin others' happiness. She should just avoid events where she cannot share the happiness and get therapy, to be honest. My ex-fiancé passed away 2 months ago. A couple of days ago, I found out he had left all his fortune to me. His family is now very angry with me. I'm not sure if I have any obligations to return the money to his family. I met him 15 years ago. He was 35 and I was 28. He was a very shy and awkward guy. I put awkward in quotes because that's not what I thought, but what he thought he was. His mother, his sister, and his sister's children were his world. When he turned 30, he had already told his family that he had given up the hope of meeting a partner, and that he promised he was dedicating his life to his sister and her children. He was starting up a promising business, and he was going to take care of his nephews. When we met, it was love at first sight. He's the love of my life. His mother and sister hated me from the get-go. Our personalities clashed, yes, but the main reason was because they thought he had broken his promise should he start a family. We moved in, got engaged, and set the date, but unfortunately we broke up. And I want to say it was 99% because of his family's inheritance and him not siding with me. We broke up after 12 years together. Under the time we were together, my ex-fiancé's business took off, and he became very wealthy. When we broke up, he left me our apartment that he bought. That didn't sit well with his mother, who harassed me to the point of sending men I don't know to wait for me outside of the building to threaten me. I wasn't having any of it. I gave him back the keys and moved to my hometown. Now he had left me all of his fortune. We never really stopped loving each other, and he regretted not protecting me, but it was too late to reconcile. I just wanted to run from that horrible family. Now his sister is saying that the money is hers and her son's. I don't know, but I feel like if he wanted to give it to them, he wouldn't have put me in his will. My best friend thinks I would be an a-hole if I kept money that I had no right to. Tell me what you think. Edits. 1. After the breakup, I cut all contact with him because I needed to get over him. From what I understood from his solicitor, he had no contact with his family after the breakup. 2. I don't know how much he left, but it's probably between 10 to 15 million euros. 3. School, college, is free here. If I leave anything to the children, it would be funds. I'm not sure if I should do it. Why didn't he? 4. He passed away from chronic disease-related complications. It was, however, sudden, since you could live a relatively normal and long life with that disease. I've been on sick leave since I got the news, and I only left bed a week ago. I really thought we had our whole life to find our way back to each other. I miss him, his smile, and his sense of humor. 5. He didn't leave any letter or anything to me. I wish he did, but I don't think he had the time. Not the a-hole. He legally left his fortune to you, and likely for very good reason. His family sounds awful. Someone related to them has died, and all they care about is money. He sent a clear gesture to you that he loved you up until the end. I would start making a journal of when they harass you and try to get a restraining order. Have a cease and desist letter sent. I wouldn't give them a dime. It wasn't their money to begin with. It was his. And if he wanted to donate it all to charity, or throw it off a bridge, or set up a massive party in Vegas for his friends after he passed, that's his choice. They're not entitled to any of it. OP says that the fiancé had no contact with his family after they broke up. Clearly, he blamed them for the breakup and did not want his family to have the money. The family stole their wedding and marriage. Think of the money as a symbol of fiancé's love and keep it. Not the a-hole. Please, for the love of God, do not give a penny to this horrendous family. I'm genuinely disgusted by their behavior. Block them everywhere and never talk to them again. His last wish was for you to receive the money. If they truly loved him, they would respect his wish. 34 male here and not in the US. This February, I was accused of harassment of the nth degree by a subordinate of my team at my workplace. Why? She was not a good employee and knew I was going to write a negative report that would lead to her getting fired. She thought this was the best way to prolong the inevitable. A lot of news of such nature were floating around where bosses or superiors took advantage of juniors, and to avoid all that, my company decided quick justice was the way to go, and without an investigation fired me. News of it spread around, and my ex-teammates looked at me in disgust. I live in my family home with my parents, wife, and older brother's family, and I was forced to leave because I was ashamed to them and society around us in general. All of them refused to believe me, and I get it. Most of the people involved in such cases are all seemingly innocent. What hurt the most was that my parents of 34 years, wife of 6 years, and girlfriend-fiancé for 10, my office for 5, thought I was not worth listening to. The light in all of this was my younger sister and my brother-in-law, who had enough faith in me to know that I was innocent, and took me in. They are both lawyers and said they would help me clear my name. It was a long and grueling process, and no thanks to the great virus, that getting court dates were difficult. It was even more difficult that the event I was accused of happened outside the office in an area with no cameras. It was not especially helpful that my wife started posting stuff about betrayal, and things are not what they seem. Plus, how my brother and sister-in-law were posting about living with the lowest trash. Eventually, the loops in the accuser's story and my alibis helped clear me of charges, and now I am suing her for defamation. I got my company fined for their quick justice, and they offered a settlement for not pursuing a case against them, which I obviously took since I am not going back to work in hell. It has been a month since then. I am set to move in a new apartment near my sister's place and will be freelancing for a while. Oh, and I have also decided to cut off the toxic part of my family and divorce my wife. I am livid for what they did. Parents and brother are sorry for what they did and want another chance. Soon-to-be ex-wife asked me to reconsider for the sake of our child, who I plan to take custody of. They are now guilt-tripping me to forgive them and have involved relatives to talk me out of doing something absurd. I am pretty dead set with my decision, as my sister says she will support whatever I choose, as long as I do not regret it. I understand such cases are difficult, and we have a long way to go, but does that mean every single good deed will be negated by some baseless accusation of such degree? I choose to give my blood the benefit of the doubt. My family thinks I should understand the pressure they were in, and just forgive and forget. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. Your family should be there to support you, and they should know you are not a person to do such things. For duck's sake, the family stood by Brock Turner's side, and he did a horrific thing with witnesses. These people just trusted a word of a random person against you. You don't need such people in your life. Not the a-hole. So why do they want you back? Because they love and support you? No, they already made that much clear. So what's the reason? You bring two solutions to two problems. You have money to contribute to the household, and you can help with the kid. They're not interested in you. They're only interested in using what you can do for them. Stay away. Maybe someday, but not anytime soon. Not the a-hole. You weren't even given the benefit of the doubt by those you hold dearest, except your sister. What's even worse is your soon-to-be ex-wife, who weaponizes your child against you.